Taken with a Grain of Salt, a collection of short stories by Jason Salthouse. 15 hours and 1,000 miles ahead. My dad told me to never travel east of the Mississippi River. We had taken off in a wild passion. No plan, no route to follow, no money, just a destination, east. Just us and as much as we could fit in a backpack and suitcase. A guitar was an annoyance to me, but was necessary for our sanity. One state line after another, blasting down back roads, state highways, and zipping through the kind of small towns you'll miss if you blink. If you get lost in Alabama, keep moving and never stop to ask for directions, ever. The world turned more green than I had ever seen in person. The grass was like a soft blanket of the deepest, most vibrant colors. It was magical until it wasn't. There was smoke, shaking, and loud banging noises from outside the car that could only mean one thing. We were coming to an unexpected stop. All of a sudden, the music, laughter, talking, scenery, and the deafening silence of the tires on the road all came to a rest, and we were alone. Dead in the water, as the saying goes. We stepped out, gathered ourselves a bit, and tried to keep our composure. After a few choice words and deciding not to give up on our adventure, I stood silently thinking. The top of the engine under the hood had gotten so incredibly hot that it cracked in half, like a delicate piece of pottery. I could hold it together with the force of both hands, like keeping a sandwich together. It was far too hot to keep my bare hands on it, and there was zero way that could work as I drove. After a few attempts to get going again, I had the thought. My shoestring. I reached down, unlaced one of my old, dirty, worn-in Vans that had always been the most reliable mode of traveling for me, and dropped it down one side of the engine and fished it up through the other. It was working. We tried a couple times to get it tied tight, in a bow, how every person ties a shoestring. We jumped in the car, it fired up, and we were back in business. Halfway through a 15-hour drive and 500 miles to go, but we're together. We didn't speak of it the rest of the trip, but every time she would notice my foot smashed on the accelerator pedal, she would giggle to herself, wink, and smile. In the end, the car was scrapped. I got new shoestrings, and we made our way forward with everything. Every card was stacked against us to fail, but what we gained was a lifetime of trust and mutual respect for each other in a way I hope every couple can experience. Partners in crime, till death do us part. P.S. Thanks for the warning, Dad. I didn't listen to anyone else either.